your partner might act out of character. This might be quitting because their partner isn't meeting their sexual needs. Actually, you know what? You ladies are taking this L right now. Yes, you're taking this L because when your man is having a little itch that only you can scratch, you come up with the good old excuses. What's going on, guys? Your boy RedpillCanuck back again with another YouTube video. Shout out to the Canuck Squad for being involved and being active on this YouTube channel. And of course, today's episode is sponsored by the Red Pill Canuck Daily Pill. That's www.redpillcanuck.com. And if you're listening on one of our alternative platforms, shout out to everybody on Spotify and shout out to everybody on Apple Podcast. Welcome. And if you haven't already, hit that follow button for the updated podcast, which I put there on the daily. And if you're on the podcast right now, make sure you check out my YouTube channel, hit that like button and subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, today's episode is sponsored by the like button. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in and subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out to me. I tried to get that all in one breath. So, of course, I've been talking about quiet quitting. Good old quiet quitting for the past week now. We had quiet quitting in the job force, and then we had this Starbucks barista crying, because he couldn't handle 25 hours a week. Yeah, price is wrong for me. Anyway, but who knew that y'all Gen Zs would be taking another L today? And yes, I'm saying y'all Gen Zs because obviously this all had to be you guys. Now we have quiet quitting in relationships. Yep, we are here, guys. We are here. Now, the question that is in my mind when I first saw these two articles is how the heck do you quiet quit in a relationship? How is that even possible? What, do you basically give pity X? Or you just kind of just grope a little and go, and then that's it? I don't know. How do you quiet quit in a relationship? Well, we're about to find out. And again, y'all Gen Zs, you guys are probably taking that L today. But anyway, let us continue with the article. Is your partner quiet quitting your relationship? Here are 2 warning signs. I think there's more than 2, but let's hear this article out. Americans are searching when to break up more than ever, according to a recent Google Trends data. Shout out to Google. And while figuring out how and when to dump their partners, some are quiet quitting their relationships. The term quiet quitting barreled into a Zentext a few months ago and generally refers to workers doing only the tasks that is within their job description instead of going above and beyond. In context of a relationship, quiet quitting refers to those who don't want to have a breakup conversation, but instead are going through the motions without any real motivation to make the relationship last. This doesn't sound actually like anything new. Now, I know people who they don't want to have the conversation, it's not you, it's me, or any sort of that. So instead, they would act like jerks, and I'm talking about y'all fellas, y'all ladies too. You're both taking that L today. Basically, they show lack of interest, so that way the other person would pull the trigger on the separation. But what if nobody decides to pull the trigger? Then y'all just sitting there, end up cheating behind each other's back, and then y'all play the good old blame game. Yes, the blame game. Yes, you cheated. You didn't pay attention to me. Yet you weren't paying attention to him either, ma'am or sir. Continuing. They don't want to do the big leave, says Leah Love A. I can't pronounce that name, so I'm going to say A. A psychotherapist, shout out to the psychotherapist, and CEO of Spoke, an emotional wellness space in Brooklyn. How does that work? Emotional wellness space. So do people go there to cry? Do they go do this here? I don't know. But anyway, let's continue. Going along to get along. Recently, Leah has seen many clients who are trying to get out of their relationship but don't know how. How about saying, yeah, we're pretty much done and that's it? How about that? What about good old, you know what, it's not you, it's me? What happened? We're all too good for that now? Well, of course, because we all are in our feelings now. We all have to feel. We all have to subdue to the feeling of love. Oh, love, I feel. Y'all feel too much. That's what the problem is. When y'all feel too damn much, you don't know how to actually make real life common decisions. I don't know. This society has lost its mind. Anyway, continuing. A lot of people are bringing the concern about breaking up. A lot of people bringing the concern about breaking up are people pleasers, she says. So basically, the people who try to satisfy everybody and not think about themselves. I've seen people pleasers. Me personally, I used to be a people pleaser before in my younger days. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have once simped. In the eyes of Cheest, but of course I found my way to the person I am today. Actually, that should be put on a greeting card. Maybe not. Anyway. They are going along to get along, and they are telling themselves they don't want to hurt their partner. But really, they don't want to deal with the discomfort of being the person who calls it quits. Exactly. I was really just going to say that because you say you care about your partner. But if you're being dishonest, are you really caring about your partner at all? Like, ladies, have you ever been misled to think that your man feels a certain way towards you, and then you find out when you finally break up, his feelings already checked out 3 months ago? Like, ladies, have you ever experienced that? Me personally, I would rather somebody tell me the truth, and that way I can move on with life, because obviously time is our most valuable resource. Why would you want to waste it? Why would you want to waste it on a fictitious dream? I wouldn't want to. I'd rather someone tell me the truth. And I would tell somebody the truth as well. Because again, life is short. Life is short. Anyway, continuing. Because they are avoiding the breakup conversation, any signs that they are uninterested may be passive-aggressive. Now, here are the good old two signs. The two signs your partner is quiet-quitting your relationship. They stop advocating for their needs. Telling your partner that you need either emotionally or physically can create conflict, but it also means you care. Huh? Oh, okay, there's a typo here. Telling your partner what, oh no, actually no, I'm the typo. I was actually kind of reworded in my head. So yeah, basically telling a partner what your needs are. Like say, you know what, honey, I feel like smashing today. Or, you know what, I don't feel, but here's I'm going to be turning one of these people that feel. But you guys get what I'm saying. If your significant other seems to have no interest in communicating what they are feeling to you, they might be disengaging from the relationship, which is actually very true. Because usually a lot of people, when they feel that they're not being paid attention to, or if they feel that, I don't know, you're not showing interest, they usually voice their concern about it. And if they don't, that means they're pretty much, the relationship is pretty much finished. And it's time to get the shovel and time to bury it. Yep. Once the relationship gets to that level, chime them bells and bury thy relationship. Call the pallbearer. Have a moment of silence. And then move on with life.
How dare you?
But it's true. Once the relationship gets to that level, is there really a relationship anymore? That's just me. Let's say your partner is typically jealous but hasn't expressed that feeling lately. Not expressing jealousy might reduce conflict, but also could indicate a lack of interest. Interesting. When you're feeling jealous, there is a charge to that, she says. I still don't agree. I kind of don't agree with that, but anyway. There is a part of you that is hopeful and believes that the relationship is worth the work. Now, the second one, they're unwilling to own their anger. Now, both y'all taking this L, because not only ladies do it, men, you do this too. Be fair. Be fair. Instead of having direct conversations, your partner might act out of character. This might be quitting because their partner isn't meeting their sexual needs. Actually, you know what? You ladies are taking this L right now. Yes, you're taking this L because when your man is having a little itch that only you can scratch, you come up with the good old excuses. You know what? I just did 10 loads of laundry and I'm tired. Or, you know what? I'm just not in the mood tonight. You know, I had to do an extra overtime at work, and I had to fill out all these TPS reports, and, you know, HR was on my butt. Yeah, it was on your butt, all right. Or, you know what? I'm on my period. Or there's a number of excuses y'all females make when you don't want to satisfy sexual needs. I don't know why. Anyway. They say I'm going out every night and make you feel like you don't matter. Ladies, this is you again. Because, fellas, I don't see you guys doing this. If you guys do, it's very rare. The sexual, listen, I'm speaking for men here. This channel focuses more on the perspective of men and men's health. But of course, ladies, we want to make you better. When it comes to sex, men never, ever, and I'm saying ever, emphasizing ever, turn down sex. Bruh. We never turn it down. It's like food. We're always going to find room for food, especially if it's our favorite food, our delectable food. Oh, yes. Good old seafood. Listen, we will never turn down sex, but you ladies sometimes fail to give it. I don't know why. You guys use it as a weapon. That is and you know, I'm not hating on you for that. You know what? If you want to have a one up on your relationship, go ahead. But don't go here and cry to me when your relationship goes belly up because you're withholding the one thing, the one most important thing that is, I don't know, keeping your relationship together like glue. Anyway, let's continue with the article. I lost my spot, didn't I? Oh, there it is. Okay. Don't matter. They're taking the aggression out on the relationship instead of working on it. Things they previously enjoyed doing, like cooking dinner every night or inviting you on dates, might stop. Their action is meant to dismiss the other person, but really not making them feel bad about their needs and not being met. Okay. Now that you know the two signs, Are you paranoid or perceptive? I knew they're going to take this route. Okay, it can be hard to know whether you're picking up on the signs or inventing them. And, I know a lot of people like this, and then this is not even regards to relationships. A lot of people that I know, they're very paranoid on things. Sometimes they may be conspiracy theorists. And this here, that the government is out to get them. Or, you know what, that, sometimes they're a little bit overprotective with their partners. Fellas, sometimes you do this too. Let's be fair. Sometimes it can be paranoid. Sometimes you're just being, this here, an investigator and trying to kind of put the pieces together and trying to make it work. But sometimes you're just trying to make it work on your level. But anyway, so let's get into it. Let's get into this. Let's see what kind of paranoid or perceptive signs there are. Sometimes we can't tell the difference between paranoia and perceptiveness, Leah says. If you feel like your partner is disengaging in some way, tell them that you've noticed it and be specific. So I guess be honest, which y'all should be honest to begin with, but y'all don't want to be honest. Only facts, not judgment, she says. You want to make it implied explicit. Okay. For example, you can say, hey, I noticed you're not cooking anymore, or noticed you're not approaching me for X anymore. I want to check in with you. How the heck would that work out? What do? You go kind of knock on his Johnson and is like, hello? You all right there? You straight, bro? You good? You good? All right? Cool. How the hell would that go? This might cause friction, but at least you didn't create it. It was brought into the light. Kind of true. Sometimes we think if we avoid a conversation and that we are not naming it, can be keeping it back. Yeah. Damn, can't talk. Sometimes we think if we avoid the conversation and that we are not naming it, we are keeping the peace. But if we are not naming it, there is a fight. You didn't create the problem. You are revealing the crack. Pause. By saying what you're noticing, you're not accusing the other person. You're inviting an honest conversation about what is happening. Okay, you know what? That's a fair assessment. But the only problem is sometimes y'all too scared to know the truth. So you rather dance around it and wait for it to come into the light on its own. I don't know. Which, you know what? I'm not gonna rag on you. It is kind of, it is kind of scary especially when you've been with somebody for a long time. So this article is pretty much the same thing. There was actually a TikTok video. That's why I kind of pulled this up. And there was actually a few other signs here. So let's see what this gentleman has to say about good old relationships. Let's get it aligned here, and let's roll the film as we say. And of course, why would we go here? Oh, okay, what's going on here? What happened to my volume? There we go. Okay. And let's go back, and here we go. Wait, let's actually get a line first. Can I actually full screen this?
Record yourself
Okay,
describing all of your personal problems as if you're having a conversation. Play back the recording for yourself. My whole life has been about waiting for my life to start. Or I sort of...
Wait, this is not even the right video. What the heck is this? I think this is one of his older videos. Okay, you know what? Let me do this here. Unless the video got taken down. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. This is the right video. Sorry about that, guys.
Quiet quitting in a relationship or quiet dumping is when your partner chooses to only do the bare minimum required to date you without you breaking up with them. They're no longer going above and beyond for you. They've totally lost interest, but they don't want to be the ones to break it off. So they are showing up every day for you, but they're not really showing up. They're acting like a partner on paper. They're doing everything that a partner does. And to other people, it probably seems like everything's fine, but you know that that spark is gone. And then when you confront them on it, they'll gaslight you and say, I'm not doing anything wrong. They'll remind you that they are indeed fulfilling the minimum expectations. Maybe they'll even bring up recent things that they've done well, but that's not enough. You deserve more than that. And they have to understand that they need to do more than the bare minimum of what is expected of them if they want to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you get to this level in your relationship, you want my advice? Let me go full screen. I'm going to stand for this one. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you come to this point in your relationship, just leave. Just clock out. Put it up as an L. Take that L, embrace that L, and move on with life. Because why the heck would you waste time and do this quiet quitting nonsense in a relationship? That's just stupid. It's immature. Well, unless you're afraid to be alone, or unless she cooks good, or unless she's doing your laundry, I don't know what to say. But if you're not getting it, like, if that person just turns into a roommate, then you know what? Just the relationship is pretty much done. Like, it's not even worth it. Just get the shovel, get the pallbearer, and bury it. That's all you can do, because it's not fair to you and it's not fair to the other person. So it doesn't make any sense to continue with the charade. It makes no sense to me. I think it's just a waste of time, honestly. But that's just my take. That's just my take, honestly. So let us see these signs. Okay, so let's see if there's anything different from the other article. Okay, so they're not paying attention. Sometimes it may be suitable as a person just not listening to you. You can try to engage with them in the conversation. And they're saying, you want to see a film? Okay, so not paying attention. That was in the other article. You're lacking intimacy. So, and actually, to be fair, if you're not getting that tail from them, someone else is definitely getting that tail. Let's just be mature. Let us be straight. Let us be honest. If you guys used to smash each other like water buffaloes on the Discovery Channel, and all of a sudden that stopped, yeah, especially if he is a highly sexual individual that needs it all the time, always has that itch, and all of a sudden it kind of decreases, yeah, that person is getting it from somewhere else. Now, I know you don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. They're getting it from somewhere else. It's time to cut the ties. Now, third one. They won't just discuss the future. Okay, this one actually I find very interesting. Sure, it may manifest a refusal to discuss big stuff like a house move or marriage, but it could look like making excuses if you don't want to chat about something smaller in the future, such as booking a holiday for next year or attending a wedding. Okay, you know what? This one, I kind of agree, but I kind of disagree at the same time. Because the way the world is right now, yep, the good old world, yes, the uncertain world we live in, why would you want to really discuss the future at this point? Because who knows if it would even go through. But I understand what they're trying to say here is, so, we'll give it that, so. Okay, so what to do when you suspect, let's see if they say anything here different. Ahead of noticing above advice to getting into a routine of check-ins with your romantic partner to ensure you're always communicating with the relationship and how they're feeling towards you. So basically it's the same thing. So I wouldn't call it checking in, honestly. I would call it being honest. Like honesty, no matter what any of you say, the most important thing in a relationship. Yes, sex is important, but honesty is way more important because you don't want to be sleeping with the enemy. And the reason why I call it sleeping with the enemy, because if you can't trust that person and you can't sleep with both eyes closed, or if you're thinking that person is smashing somebody else, then why be in a relationship to begin with? Like, honestly, why would you be in a relationship? People go into relationships, which I don't advise the way things are going right now, unless you have some sort of leverage. But anyway, shout out to Coach Grant Adams for that one. But to be honest, why would you want to be in a relationship? You're supposed to be in a certain partnership or relationship to be happy, to share each other's interests, to share joy, to create memories. Why would you want to be involved in a relationship where you're just kind of with your roommate? That don't make no damn sense. That's just roommate status then. I think it's a waste of time, to be honest with you, if your relationship comes to this level. So this whole quiet quitting thing, I don't think it's anything new. I think they just wrapped it up and reworded it. So that way, younger individuals, yes, I'm talking about you, Gen Z, can have a kind of hippie pun to something that is old. This has been around for a long time. And you know what? A lot of married couples actually go through this as well. And the reason why they go through it is because, one, the divorce may be too expensive. They're staying for the kids. Or they're too damn old and they can't find anybody else. There's a lot of things why people stay. And that, I guess that's considered being labeled quiet quitting now. But me, honestly, I couldn't live in a relationship like this. It makes no sense to me. And again, I would rather be honest and say, you know what, this is just not working out. Yes, we can be friends. Or if you're living with the person, yes, I'll still stay here and I'll help with I'll pay half of the bills until the lease is up or whatever. Or you guys can become roommates as long as you guys are both cool with it, which I don't think would work because there's always a sense of jealousy that's going to be in there. But yeah, but guys, we're here. We're here. Quiet quitting is in relationships now. I don't know what to say. Society is pretty much gone. Anyway. I found this actually very interesting. And I found it very interesting, so I thought I'd bring it up. And especially quiet quitting is going into different genres, as I call it. Different walks of life, as I call it. Anyway. That's going to be it for today's episode. I just thought it was a very interesting one. I thought I'd bring it up. Again, special shout out to RedpillCanuck.com, the Red Pill Canuck Daily Pill, where you get our news articles, podcasts, weird news, financial news, and so on and so on. And for all you listening on Spotify, thank you for listening. Welcome again. And also everybody on Apple Podcasts. Coming soon, again, we are going to be on Google Podcasts, just trying to figure out how to do it, actually. I've been trying to figure out how to get on Apple Podcasts. It's not as easy as it is with Apple and Spotify, where there's an actual procedure. I wasn't able to find any procedures yet, but we'll be on there as well. And make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button on the way out if you're on YouTube. And that's going to be it for today's episode. I will see you guys tomorrow. Later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button. And to check out our more recent uploads, check here on the top left. And to check out our playlist, check here on the top right. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And also check out our Quick Hits channel, which is also located down below for our more bite-sizable content. I'll see you guys in the next one.